Are you sure you know everything about King Charles's love affairs? Condolences to those who are fans of Charles and Camilla. Charles has another lover that he will never forget until he dies, and that is the powerful woman in Australia, Kanga Tryon. Accidentally catching the eye of King Charles, Kanga's life changed dramatically after that, but for some reason, the two could not be together. As soon as Camilla discovered this, she must have been very angry because she did not expect that besides her, Charles could worship another woman like that. Join us to meet Charles' mysterious lover. The intimate relationship between Kanga Tryon and Prince Charles is a story full of royal mysteries. Anyone who knows about this relationship believes that Kanga is Camilla's archenemy because she once captured Charles's heart before Camilla appeared. It was her marriage to a peer that first thrust her into the spotlight, but it was her affair with a prince that would define her in the eyes of the public. With her big hair, luscious lips, and penchant for constant partying, she embodied the glamour and intrigue of her time. Yet, despite her larger-than-life presence, her name has largely been forgotten, relegated to the dusty annals of history. The affair with the prince, whose identity remains veiled in secrecy, was a tumultuous whirlwind that swept Kanga off her feet. She found herself entangled in a web of passion and desire, but as quickly as it began, it crumbled, leaving her heartbroken and disillusioned. The strain of the affair took its toll on her fragile mind, unraveling the threads of her sanity until she was left adrift in a sea of confusion and despair. When Kanga Tryon passed away, mere months after the tragic death of Princess Diana in 1997, the world barely took notice. Once a household name and a central figure in the life of the Prince of Wales, she had become little more than a footnote in the history of the royal family. Her role in the royal jigsaw puzzle remained a mystery, a puzzle piece that never quite fit into place. While Camilla held the title of Charles's true love, and Diana represented the nation's idealized royal bride, Kanga occupied a unique space in the prince's heart, a space that has largely been overlooked until now. The story of Kanga's journey from adoration to heartbreak, from intimacy to estrangement, has remained shrouded in mystery. However, a groundbreaking Channel 4 documentary, High Society, seeks to unveil the untold tale of Prince Charles's romantic escapades in the years preceding his marriage to Diana. During the tumultuous 1970s, a time of social upheaval and shifting norms, Prince Charles found himself entangled in a web of passionate affairs. It was a period marked by bed-hopping antics and clandestine rendezvous, with Kanga Tryon occupying a central role in this intricate romantic tapestry. As both Kanga and Camilla were married to friends of the prince, HRH navigated a delicate dance between the two women, bouncing from one bed to the other and back again. The documentary shades light on the complexities of Charles's relationships during this era, revealing the blurred boundaries and emotional entanglements that defined his romantic pursuits. Kanga, with her undeniable allure and magnetic presence, captured the prince's affection and held a significant place in his heart. Yet, amidst the whirlwind of passion and desire, their love affair was destined to be fleeting, overshadowed by the enduring bond between Charles and Camilla. Prince Charles's romantic entanglements with both Camilla and Kanga Tryon paint a picture of a man torn between duty and desire, navigating a complex web of relationships with two women who held significant sway over his heart. As Charles grappled with the weighty responsibility of finding a suitable wife, he found solace in the arms of both Camilla and Kanga. Despite the societal expectations placed upon him, he indulged in the pleasures of their company, relishing in the affection and intimacy they provided. Both women bore sons, whose godfather he proudly became, symbolizing the deep ties that bound them together. The parallels between his relationships with Camilla and Kanga are striking. Both women shared a connection with Charles that transcended mere physical attraction. They held a profound emotional sway over him. The naming of their sons after him, with Camilla's choice of Charles as a second name, underscores the depth of their bond and the significance of his presence in their lives. Yet, despite the intimacy they shared, animosity simmered beneath the surface, threatening to unravel the delicate balance of their relationships. The rivalry between Camilla and Kanga was palpable, fueled by jealousy, resentment, and a shared sense of betrayal. Their mutual hatred for one another bordered on the pathological, a toxic undercurrent that poisoned the once affectionate dynamic between them. The publication of Andrew Morton's groundbreaking exposé, Diana, Her True Story, in 1992, marked a seismic shift in the public's perception of Prince Charles's romantic entanglements. Within its pages lay revelations that sent shockwaves through the royal family, exposing Charles's lifelong yearning for Camilla, the horsey ex-debutante from Sussex. Morton's revelations peeled back the layers of secrecy surrounding Charles's love life, thrusting his complicated relationships into the harsh glare of the public spotlight. Jonathan Dimbleby, Charles's official biographer, further cemented the narrative, confirming the depth of Charles's feelings for Camilla and prompting speculation about the nature of their relationship. Dimbleby's musings on whether Charles and Camilla might have found their way to each other sooner if circumstances had been different added another layer of intrigue to the unfolding saga of royal romance. Yet, amidst the flurry of speculation surrounding Charles's love life, one figure remains shrouded in obscurity, the former Dale Harper. Born in 1947 into a wealthy middle-class family in Melbourne, Australia, Dale's early years were marked by the challenges of childhood spina bifida. Despite these obstacles, she possessed an undeniable allure that would eventually draw her into the orbit of British royalty. The yellowing cuttings in newspaper archives offer glimpses into Dale's life, a series of youthful dalliances and a swift engagement to an old Etonian peer and banker, Lord Tryon. Their union catapulted Dale into the upper echelons of British society, positioning her as a central figure in the glittering world of high society. However, despite her brief moment in the spotlight, Dale Harper, now known as Kanga Tryon, has largely faded into obscurity. Once a name whispered in the corridors of power, she now resides in the forgotten corners of history, her story overshadowed by the more sensational tales of royal intrigue. In her prime, Kanga Tryon cast a mesmerizing spell over the glitzy world of high society, a world where champagne flowed freely and the flashbulbs of the paparazzi illuminated the night. As a gossip columnist for a national newspaper, I had the privilege of traversing the same red carpets and sampling the same fine vintages that Kanga indulged in on a nightly basis. It was a time when she effortlessly commanded attention, her presence a tantalizing blend of mystery and allure. Despite her outward disdain for the limelight, Kanga was no stranger to its seductive allure. She played a shrewd game, cloaking herself in an aura of aloofness while secretly reveling in the attention that followed her every move. While other aristocrats' wives shied away from the glare of publicity, Kanga embraced it with a calculated nonchalance, understanding all too well the power it wielded. At glamorous events teeming with the glitterati, Kanga adopted a facade of haughty indifference, a carefully crafted persona designed to distance herself from the rabble of celebrity culture. To the untrained eye, it seemed as though she disdained the very attention she attracted, but beneath the veneer of aristocratic reserve lay a keen businesswoman with a keen eye for opportunity. Kanga understood the currency of notoriety, recognizing that in the world of celebrity, fame equated to fortune. With each headline and scandalous rumor, her brand grew stronger, her allure more irresistible. Behind closed doors, she navigated the intricacies of high society with finesse, leveraging her connections and cultivating an air of exclusivity that set her apart from the crowd. For Kanga, the glitz and glamour of the social scene were more than just a playground. They were a stage upon which she could showcase her wares and solidify her place in the upper echelons of society. Behind the carefully curated facade lay a woman of ambition and cunning, unafraid to wield her charm and beauty as tools in the pursuit of wealth and influence. In the heady days of her heyday, Kanga Tryon was the epitome of sophistication and allure, a woman whose name was whispered in reverent tones among the elite. As the wife of Lord Tryon, a trusted member of Prince Charles's inner circle, Kanga found herself privy to the intricacies of their financial affairs, a realm shrouded in secrecy and privilege. Their marriage in 1973 marked the beginning of a new chapter in Kanga's life, one that would see her navigate the labyrinthine world of British aristocracy with grace and determination. The ancestral home of Lord Tryon, the old manor house at Great Durnford near Salisbury, had been relinquished to a school prior to their union, a reflection of the financial challenges that loomed over the family. However, Kanga's indomitable spirit and resourcefulness soon came to the fore. Drawing upon her father's wealth, she played a pivotal role in securing a roof over their heads, breathing new life into the ancestral home that had once slipped through their fingers. With her keen eye for design and relentless drive, she oversaw the refurbishment and revitalization of the old manor house, transforming it into a beacon of opulence and grandeur once more. It was through her husband's connections that Kanga found herself thrust into the orbit of Prince Charles, captivating him with her beauty and Australian informality. Yet it wasn't just Charles who fell under her spell. She endeared herself to the entire royal family, earning invitations to their most cherished retreats. At Balmoral, amidst the rugged beauty of the Scottish Highlands, Kanga found herself welcomed into the fold, riding out with the Queen and basking in the warmth of royal approval. For Kanga, these moments were more than just social niceties. They were a testament to her ability to navigate the complex hierarchy of British society with ease. Despite the financial challenges that once threatened to overshadow her ascent, she emerged as a formidable presence in the rarefied world of royalty, her grace and charm capturing the hearts of all who crossed her path. The journey of Kanga Tryon into the heart of British high society took a fateful turn when her husband, Lord Tryon, extended an invitation to Prince Charles to visit their fishing lodge in Iceland. Little did Kanga anticipate the seismic shift that would occur as a result of this seemingly innocent gesture, a shift that would forever alter the course of her life and place her at the center of a royal scandal. Sequestered in the remote beauty of Iceland, far from the prying eyes of society, Charles found himself captivated by the charms of his friend's wife. In the midst of breathtaking landscapes and intimate moments shared on fishing expeditions, a spark ignited between Charles and Kanga. A spark that would ignite a passionate affair that would rock the foundations of the British monarchy. For Kanga, the sudden realization of the power she held in high society as the prince's mistress was nothing short of revelatory. As a middle-class maven from Melbourne, she had long been an outsider looking in, navigating the intricate social hierarchies of Britain's blue bloods with a mixture of awe and trepidation. Yet, in the embrace of Charles's affection, she discovered a newfound sense of validation, a validation that transcended the confines of her humble origins and propelled her into the inner sanctum of the aristocratic elite. In the bustling streets of London, Kanga Tryon navigated the glittering maze of high society with effortless grace, a master of charm and sophistication. Immersed in the vibrant pulse of the city's party circuit, she rubbed shoulders with the movers and shakers of the era, her presence commanding attention wherever she went. With 4 beautiful children and a peer for a husband, Kanga's life appeared idyllic, a picture-perfect tableau of wealth and privilege. Yet, behind the facade of glamour and opulence, she was a woman driven by ambition and determination, grafting away in pursuit of financial independence and success. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Kanga's entrepreneurial spirit soared to new heights as she delved into the world of property investment and fashion. Behind closed doors, she labored tirelessly, buying, refurbishing, and selling properties with a shrewdness that belied her genteel exterior. Her keen eye for opportunity propelled her into the realm of fashion, where she carved out a niche for herself as a savvy businesswoman with an innate understanding of market trends. But Kanga's business acumen was matched only by her mastery of the art of publicity. With each new venture, she deftly maneuvered the media landscape, using the power of gossip to her advantage. Discreetly letting slip morsels of tantalizing information, she ensured that her name remained on the lips of the public, a constant presence in the ever-churning rumor mill. Indeed, Kanga was a master of the art of manipulation, adept at weaving a web of intrigue that ensnared even the most discerning of observers. Who could forget the revelation that her nickname, Kanga, had been bestowed upon her by none other than HRH himself? Or the whispered rumors of Charles's private visit to her parental home in Melbourne, a seemingly innocuous event that became the subject of intense scrutiny and speculation. Yet behind the carefully crafted facade of scandal and intrigue, there lay a woman grappling with the complexities of love and longing. Charles's whispered confessions of affection, his declarations of being understood like never before, cast a spell over Kanga, binding her ever closer to the magnetic pull of his allure. And amidst the chaos of paparazzi-fueled frenzy, she found herself caught in the cross-currents of desire and danger, navigating a treacherous landscape where every move was scrutinized and dissected. The revelation that Kanga Tryon possessed a cache of letters from HRH Prince Charles sent ripples of speculation through the corridors of power. Though the contents of these missives remained shrouded in secrecy, the mere suggestion that they might be love letters ignited a firestorm of gossip and intrigue. Yet for Kanga, such implications held little weight. After all, what harm could there be in people inferring that she held the affections of the future king? In a calculated move that epitomized her savvy business acumen, Kanga wasted no time in leveraging her connection to royalty to further her entrepreneurial endeavors. When the time came to establish her fashion business in Beauchamp Place, one of London's most exclusive addresses, she seized the opportunity with characteristic aplomb. Naming her venture simply Kanga, she deftly capitalized on her association with Prince Charles, effectively signaling to the world that her creations bore the stamp of royal approval. The customers flocked to Kanga's boutique, drawn by the allure of her name and the promise of exclusivity. Despite the thinly veiled disdain of the fashion industry elite, who viewed Kanga's designs with skepticism and derision, she remained undaunted, her confidence unwavering in the face of criticism. Indeed, Kanga possessed a brass neck like no other, boldly peddling her wares to a clientele eager to bask in the reflected glow of royalty. I witnessed firsthand the audacious spectacle of Kanga's salesmanship as she effortlessly convinced a highly impressionable young lady to part with a colossal sum for an astonishingly awful dress. Crafted from lightweight, crush-proof material that would have drawn sneers from the most discerning couturiers, the garment seemed utterly devoid of class or style. Yet in the hands of Kanga, it became a coveted objet d'art, a symbol of status and sophistication, purchased with the kind of blind devotion that only true charisma can inspire. The stark juxtaposition between Kanga Tryon's public facade and her private turmoil painted a poignant portrait of a woman caught between the conflicting demands of love and duty. Though she had surrendered herself to the arms of the Prince of Wales, basking in the fleeting ecstasy of his affection, the constraints of royal protocol forced her to conceal her triumph from the prying eyes of society. Unlike her rival Camilla, whose lineage was steeped in the scandalous affairs of royalty, Kanga hailed from a different breed, a lineage unaccustomed to the subtle nuances of courtly discretion. The weight of keeping her love for Prince Charles hidden, compounded by the agony of losing him to a rival, bore heavily upon Kanga's shoulders, leaving scars that ran deep. While Camilla navigated the treacherous waters of royal romance, with the ease of one born to the role, Kanga struggled to reconcile her passion with the rigid dictates of propriety. Bottling up the tumultuous emotions that churned within her, she found herself suffocating beneath the weight of unspoken truths, her heart aching with the pain of unfulfilled longing. As the years wore on, the chasm between Kanga and her husband widened, casting a shadow over their once idyllic union. Though Lord Tryon remained devoted to their children, Kanga could no longer deny the loveless void that had taken root in their marriage. The strain of suppressing her desires, coupled with the relentless march of time, exacted a toll on Kanga's health, sending her spiraling into a series of alarming setbacks. A recurrence of her childhood affliction, spina bifida, served as a cruel reminder of the fragility of life, while a devastating diagnosis of uterine cancer shook her to the core. Yet, even in the face of adversity, Kanga remained a beacon of resilience, her spirit unbroken despite the relentless onslaught of physical and emotional pain. In the private chambers of her heart, Kanga wrestled with demons both seen and unseen, grappling with the bitter irony of a love that dared not speak its name. Amidst the throes of her inner distress, Kanga exuded an outward calm and steely backbone that belied the turmoil raging within her. Her ability to maintain her poise in the face of adversity became the stuff of legend among those who counted themselves as her confidants. With each passing day, she endeared herself even further to those around her, her quiet dignity and unwavering courage serving as an inspiration to all who crossed her path. As Kanga grappled with the ravages of cancer, her spirit remained unbroken, her indomitable willpower a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Despite the agony of the treatments she endured, she never wavered in her determination to overcome the odds stacked against her. Finally, in 1996, buoyed by the news of her remission, she embarked on a journey to rid herself of the dependence on painkillers that had become an unwelcome companion in her battle against pain. Checking herself into Farm Place, a fashionable rehab clinic renowned for its holistic approach to recovery, Kanga embarked on a path to reclaim her health and independence. Yet what transpired during her time there remains shrouded in mystery and speculation. While undergoing treatment, Kanga suffered a devastating fall from a high window, shattering her spine and leaving her grievously injured. In Channel 4's revealing documentary, the actress Sarah Miles provides a chilling first-hand account of the events surrounding Kanga Tryon's tragic fall. With electrifying intensity, Miles recounts Kanga's insistence that she was pushed, an assertion that sent shockwaves through their inner circle and raised troubling questions about the circumstances of the incident. As Kanga grappled with the aftermath of her fall, the response from her family only added to the mounting sense of confusion and betrayal. Lord Tryon's decision to host a lunch gathering, ostensibly to reassure friends that Kanga's fall was indeed an accident, only served to deepen the sense of unease surrounding the situation. With a sense of foreboding hanging heavy in the air, it became increasingly clear that Kanga's troubles were far from over. Barely weeks after her fall, Kanga received a devastating blow when her husband expressed his desire for a divorce, a final betrayal that shattered whatever semblance of stability remained in her life. Yet, even in the face of this crushing blow, Kanga's indomitable spirit refused to be extinguished. The final coup de grace came with Kanga's arrest on the drive to her country mansion, a shocking turn of events that would plunge her into a nightmare of incomprehensible cruelty and despair. Sectioned under the Mental Health Act, she found herself confined to a Salisbury police cell, her physical and mental health rapidly deteriorating as she languished in the depths of despair. For those who knew Kanga at the time, the decision to arrest her seemed inexplicable, an act of callousness that defied all logic and reason. Locked away in a wheelchair-bound and distressed state, she endured hours of confinement, her spirit broken but not defeated. Yet, true to form, Kanga summoned the last vestiges of her strength and resilience, determined to reclaim control over her shattered life. With steely resolve, she put her affairs in order and sought solace in the luxurious confines of the Ritz, a fitting refuge for a woman of her stature and fortitude. The tragic saga of Kanga Tryon reached its devastating conclusion in November 1997. A denouement shrouded in sorrow and despair, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the merciless hand of fate. Unbeknownst to many, Kanga had traded one addiction for another, swapping her reliance on painkillers for a dangerous dependence on alcohol. Though she attempted to conceal her inner turmoil from the prying eyes of the world, the darkness that clouded her mind grew ever more suffocating, casting a pall over her once bright spirit. As the end drew near, Kanga's descent into darkness accelerated with alarming speed. A trip to India, intended as a respite from the tumult of her life, ended in tragedy when she contracted a debilitating illness, forcing her to return to the UK. Hospitalized upon her return, she succumbed to septicemia just 2 months shy of her 50th birthday, a cruel twist of fate that robbed her of the chance for one last celebration of life. In death, Kanga's once radiant star faded into obscurity, overshadowed by the specter of Princess Diana's passing just months earlier. As the nation grappled with the loss of its beloved princess, there were few tears left to shed for a woman whose celebrity had burned bright, but briefly. For Prince Charles, Kanga's final descent into madness proved to be a bitter pill to swallow, a stark reminder of the tangled web of emotions that had ensnared them both in years past. As he sought to rehabilitate his tarnished reputation in the wake of Diana's death, Kanga's increasingly erratic behavior posed a threat to his carefully constructed facade of respectability. In a desperate bid to distance himself from the turmoil of Kanga's unraveling psyche, Prince Charles coolly issued a statement asserting their diminished relationship, a direct snub that left no room for misinterpretation. Yet, even in the face of rejection, Kanga clung to a delusional fantasy of royalty, declaring her intent to ascend to the throne, a poignant reflection of the shattered dreams that haunted her fractured mind. And so, on a cold November day, the once cuddly, lovable Lady Tryon slipped quietly into the embrace of death. A tragic figure whose life had been consumed by the flames of unrequited love and unfulfilled ambition. In her lonely demise, she found solace from the pain that had tormented her, leaving behind a legacy of heartbreak and longing, a cautionary tale of the perils of passion and the relentless march of time. What do you think about Camilla's love rival? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.